a chocolate mousse that's going to blow your mind. Okay, chocolate mouse, as they say in Rosemary's Baby. I'm going to tell you how to make a chocolate mousse that you're going to make for the rest of your life. This recipe is Jody Williams's from her book Bouvette. Jody runs and owns Bouvette, the restaurant, as well as Via Carota with her partner Rita Sodi. And Rita owns Is Sodi on Christopher Street. Basically, it's a triangle of chicness. They make a home away from home. They're the best restaurants in the world, I think. Anyway, her book is phenomenal. The recipes are flawless, no joke. This one in particular. The first time I made it, I thought, this isn't gonna work. And it works beautifully every time. Chocolate mousse, here we come. So the first thing you're gonna do is melt some chocolate with butter. It's 1.5 sticks of butter and 8 ounces of chocolate. Now, if you're like me, you have to put a zip tie around the chocolate chips so you don't go into the pantry and eat the chocolate chips. So I'm going to measure out 8 ounces. Basically, I'm going to do it like this because I'm doing the show. Normally, I would eyeball it. Here's your chocolate. Here's your butter. Pick up the butter and put it in the chocolate. It's extremely easy. Take this and set it over a deep pot with some warm or hot water in the bottom, and it's going to melt together and meld together. And this has a fancy French name. It's called a bain-marie, whatever. Basically, you're going to put water here and heat it until it's almost boiling. And you're going to set your bowl over it like this. The rule is you're not supposed to let the bottom of the bowl touch the water. It doesn't really matter. This bowl will get nuclear, or nuclear, as George W. used to say. So this is going to slowly melt. And then we're going to stir it, and it's going to make a lovely velvety base for the mousse, or the mouse. Okay, so while that's melting, you have a few minutes, you're going to separate 4 eggs, basically taking the yolk away from the white. So you need 3 yolks and 4 whites, so you're going to waste a yolk, essentially. And then you're going to combine the egg yolks until they're a lovely, smooth, yellow thing. And you're going to make sure that your egg whites are pristine, have no yolk, because if they have yolk, they're not going to whip properly. Be careful of the edge. Don't worry, I know it looks weird. It's going to be fine. All right, so whipping egg whites. What you're going to do is add a little bit of castor sugar, which all the dinner partiers know about. Don't use confectioner sugar. It will make a paste. So you want to take, I don't know what it is, 1.5 tablespoons, I forget the recipe. Just take some sugar, like about this amount, and put it in the egg whites. You're going to plug this in. It's already on! If you've never done this before, I'm going to tell you something. If there's anything in this, including water, it's not going to work. So the bowl has to be dry and the yolks have to be pristine. Here we go. If the boy is here, don't do this. Okay, what does until stiff peaks form mean? So when I do this, I want the egg whites to stay up in a stiff peak. They're not doing it yet. I have to check that, sorry guys. All right, here we go. So keep beating it, big noise. Look for the peak. Not really a stiff peak yet. This is the lightness in your mousse. This is what makes it mousse. That's a pretty stiff peak. When this is fully melted, which it isn't yet, you're going to let it cool for a second. You're almost done making the mousse. Is that amazing or what? Ah! Here's the chocolate. and butter melted together. You know, these are awesome. They're from Amazon. They're called Birchware, and they're disposable tasting spoons, and they're compostable and obviously biodegradable. They're awesome. Let that cool for a little bit. And the next thing you're going to do is combine the egg yolks into the chocolate. Resist the urge to do it all at once, okay? Jody tells you that, and like I tell you, she is not fooling around. You want to slowly incorporate the yolks into the slightly cooled chocolate. So like I said, resist the urge. So what I'm going to do is a little bit, incorporate. A little bit, incorporate. This keeps your mousse silky. Little bit, incorporate. Now your brain is going to say, it doesn't make any difference. Why can't I put it in all at once? Trust me, don't put it in all at once. Okay, last little bit. Okay, now I'm going to put this into the bowl that we're going to actually make the mousse in. I'm going to pour this in like that. Make sure we get all that chocolate. So you may have noticed that it has no sugar, which you would think for a mousse, but the sugar's in the chocolate and a tiny bit in the egg whites. Oh, look at that. Now we're going to do something called fold in the egg whites, something that might be scary for people who've never done it. All that means is we're trying not to deflate this. We're trying to keep it puffy. So how do you do that? Well, you take a little piece of it like this. Okay. And you fold over the chocolate like this until you can't see the egg white. Okay, you're going to fold it, fold it. You can div it a little bit like this if you want. Fold over. Take another section. Oops, that was a big one. Fold it. Now this is luxurious. The first time I made it, my friend David Schaefer ate the entire bowl. Don't be scared of this. One time, Reggie, who does all of our still photography, and I made soufflés, and we were so terrified of this part. Don't be terrified of it. Just don't mash down the egg whites. Boop, here we go. Now this is your presentation bowl, so you're going to have to clean the edges when you're done. So you can almost see it. It's like white, besides the big lumps, it's like white foam inside. That's what you want. See, every time it's surprising, you go down here, oh, there's another chocolate stream, you know. You can do a little tiny circular to break it up a little bit, but don't mash it. And you can see the white. You can see the bubbles. That's what you want. Oh my God, it's perfect. You're going to serve it in this, so you need to clean this bowl. You never serve anything in a filthy bowl like that. It's gross. I don't care how rustic you are. You're telling me there's a guy or girl in the world who would not freak out if you served that gorgeous beauty right there? If you're making this mouse for Valentine's Day, you might want to use chantilly cream. And an interesting addition to chantilly cream that I discovered over Christmas is you get one of those miniature bottles of Bailey's, which you're never going to use anyway, but you get this miniature bottle of Bailey's and you put it in the cream and combine it, and then you whip it, and it's like whiskey whipped cream. It's the best thing on the planet. For chantilly cream, look here. This has to go in the fridge for about 4 hours. You want to cover it in case you have cut up onions in your fridge or something. But when you cover it, you want to make sure you don't seal it because it will make some condensation as it cools. So loosely cover it to begin with. And you see it's quite loose. Goodbye, little Mousse. Have a good time in the fridge. Would you like some mousse? I would allow them to fill their own cup, but some people like to, scoop it and put it in the cups. And then when they serve it, you put your cream on it. Chantilly cream. Chocolate mousse, here we come.